Marcia Whyte with Gratitude Speak, and today I'm going to talk for a little bit about who am I and how do I serve. And the reason I think this is important right now is I did something, and for those who helped by responding, I really appreciate it. There's still plenty of time, but I recently put up a post on Facebook on my page that asked if you, because I'm a part of someone's branding challenge, if you would tell me in your best estimation what it is that I do. When you see the word gratitude speak, or you hear the name Marcia Whyte, what actually comes to mind? And it was very interesting, the responses I got. I actually had a telephone call with a friend today in another city because we're planning a joint venture. And she let me know that she's really not clear on what I do. Now, many of you are, and I thank you for the answers that were expected and those that were unexpected, because the purpose was to get an idea of how I'm actually seen. And I've spoken to you all more than once in video and in post about taking time, making it a priority to ask your public, your friends, your fans, your followers, your clients, and even prospects, how it is that they see you and what it is that you do, so that they can respond to you in ways that support you, and more importantly, that when they're out trying to refer to you or listen for those opportunities, they know the language, they know the positions that you hold, they know what your brand stands for. And so I thought, there are too many. Now, the majority understand, but there are too many people, in my estimation, and I think two or three are too many, that don't really get it. And that's not on them, that's on me. But here's a caveat. When you do this, and it's a terribly vulnerable place to be in, it's a brave step to do, make sure you're prepared for the answer. There's no sense in being upset about the answers that you get. They can only help you, because if you are not clear on how your messaging is coming across, there are that many, there are that many more people that you cannot or are not reaching who are needing what you do. So let me tell you who I am and what I do. Obviously, you know my name is Marcia Whyte because, duh, you're on my page. But I am a best-selling author. I am a speaker. I am the founder and chief content officer of GratitudeSpeak, which is a life and business coaching service. But I am very targeted. I'm very specific in those that I serve. And it's important for me to make that distinction, because I don't want people coming to me that I have to turn away because I really don't support what their issues are. So let me tell you what it is that I specialize in. On the life coaching side, which is now in 2017, what I am leading with, drawing on 30 years of pastoral counseling, I am working with individuals, specifically professionals, overall, but not exclusively, in the 35 to 50-year-old range, male or female, who are stuck in their productivity. Okay, they have suffered some kind of loss. They are experiencing some kind of grief. And let me break down those scenarios. It does not have to necessarily be from losing a loved one, but it can be. It can be from being downsized, or being passed over for a promotion, or having been through a nasty divorce or breakup. Even if in a business partnership, there is grief, there is loss, there are feelings that we have, that we all experience in some way, shape, or form, that impact us on such a level that we're really rendered unable to move past it without some guidance. That is what a lot of my training and experience is in. So that is the life portion. So I say it's calling moving you through grief back to your greatness and through your loss to leadership. All right, so that's the life coaching side. On the business coaching side, I am very targeted as well. I work with sales professionals who want to make more money, have greater client retention, and great reviews and more referrals. And how I do that is to teach them 3 signature models that are now being bundled in a program that I'm putting out. It's called Leveraging Relationships for Revenue. So the 3 modules are relationship marketing, how to make sure that people understand that they mean a lot more to you than just the signature on the check or contract. The second module is how to network effectively, because there are ways that go above and beyond the norm that can distinguish you, really set you apart. And then finally, we talk about the fortune in following up. There is a, I won't say a right way and a wrong way, because I think if you're making the effort to follow up, you're on the right track. But if I can give you some strategies and tactics to make yourself more distinguishable when you follow up, or for those who don't have a real system in place for following up, you're missing the boat. So those are the areas that I work with specifically in business coaching. I'm not going to walk you through all of your business planning and all of that. I'm not going to, look at your 10 to 20 year projections. That's not my wheelhouse. But the things that I'm showing and sharing and teaching are things that I have personally experienced, and they're not difficult to do. They're not super time consuming. And more than that, they work. And how do I know that? Because for over 10 years, I had a successful sales career. I had to leave because I suffered a devastating loss that put me in the place where I would have gladly signed up to work with someone who does now what I do in the life coaching realm. So I hope that clears up some of the confusion and helps you get really clear. Now, I do have coaches that I'm in relationships with, professional referral relationships, referral partnerships with, that do more specifically things that I don't do. And I would gladly, refer you to them or them to you, however you're comfortable. So I can be seen as a resource. And that is why I position myself every day that I'm able on social media, whether you're on Instagram, whether you're on Twitter, whether you're here on Facebook. I don't do Periscope as often as I should because I don't always have my iPad with me. But the point is, I show up to serve you so that you are familiar with me, you are familiar with my brand, you see that I'm in alignment on both sides. Marcia Whyte and GratitudeSpeak stand for, represent, show up as the same kind of service, heart-centered professional that you not only are used to, but that you deserve. And so I want you to be really aware of my commitment to that, because that is my strength and I play to my strengths. And the other thing is, I don't teach you or share with you what I've heard about or only what I've read, although I am an avid reader and I always look for things that are going to help me show up better to serve you and support you, more efficiently and more comprehensively. But I do share with you, I do teach you, I do guide you in techniques and strategies and resources that I know for sure work. That's why I've made it my business for the past, oh my gosh, I don't even know how many years. Networking and connecting. For those of you who are familiar with Malcolm Gladwell's book, The Tipping Point, I highly recommend it. It's an excellent read. He talks about being a connector, and I have worked incredibly hard to build quality connections so that whether I have to refer people out or they can refer to me, or they just have resources that are beyond me, but a client or prospective client needs, I can share that. So to that end, I just wanted everybody to be very clear what I do, why I do it, and how I serve and who I serve. So I thank you again, all of you, for your feedback. Please, if you've seen the question and want to answer it now, if this has been helpful to you in terms of clearing up some of the, not confusion, but some of the lack of clarity, I'm all about that. Now, having said that, look in the next couple of days for something that I just made for you guys. It's going to be an opt-in. It's increased client retention and referral partnerships, 8 easy ways to enhance your business relationship. And I'm terribly proud of that because I actually went and made it myself. So it will be a downloadable PDF, very short little 2 or 3 page ebook, just giving you some quick strategies that are not time consuming, they're not costly, but they work. And I know that they work because they've worked for me for years. This is not something that I've thought of, back in my heyday, 10, 20, 30 years ago before everything changed. No, these are strategies that I still employ, tactics that I still use today to make and solidify relationships. Not just professional, but a lot of it can be applied to personal lives as well. However, I show up to serve you in the professional capacity. So for those who would now like to book a strategy session with me to see how I can serve you, I would love for you to go to the You Can Book Me link in the title of this video, and that will put you directly on my calendar. You pick a day and time. Please note that my calendar is set on Eastern Standard Time in the United States. So adjust your time on your calendar accordingly if you're not in Eastern Time Zone. And then the bottom link, which is the bit.ly link, is for my weekly radio show where I broadcast with other professionals. I usually have 1 per week where we interview and have a wonderful conversation. And that the rub for that, or the magic of that particular show, BGBO stands for Business, the Good, Bad, and Otherwise, because my show is based on the power of being vulnerable and sharing your professional mistakes so that others that listen in who may be headed down that path don't necessarily have to make that mistake, or at least have a better understanding of what may be coming and ways to avoid it or tweak it or prepare yourself more for it. So that's on Mondays at 9 p.m. Eastern. So as always, I really pray that this has brought you some value, given some clarity, cleared up some questions. But I thank you for your attention, and I would ask that you would share this out on your pages with your friends, fans, and followers, because the same invitation that I offer to you for a strategy session is available to them. So please, ma'am, please, sir, let it be known that Marcia Whyte does life and business coaching for a very targeted market. All right. As always, as I sign off, remember there is opportunities and reasons to show kindness and give gratitude every day. Make it your mission to be one of those that makes it a practice. Have a great afternoon, and I'll talk with you soon. Thanks for watching. Bye.